What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the Barbarian Starter Guide for Diablo 3 Patch 264 and Season 16. Now this is based off the Immortal King set. It's going to be the Haedrig here. In this series, it's like a theory crafting video where we take you from level 1 recommendations, leveling all the way to endgame recommendations just to get you started with the set. And I'll put a speed build also just to give you a transitional type thing. But yeah, everything will be in the description, all the links for every step of the process. First things first, you want to use your challenge rift bag during this season. If you don't know how to do that, I'll put the leveling guide in the description. I know I keep saying it. The challenge rift resets on January 14th. So don't complete your challenge rift on the week of the 14th. Right now it is wizard. Next week, it's going to be something else. Don't do that something else. We always start off with level 1 blood shard recommendations using that challenge rift bag we just talked about. So here's what you can get at level 1 at Kadala. Now these will roll as level 16 items, but you can just run to the cube and put them in the cube or just wait till level 16. I would typically just wait. You have no movement abilities at level 1, so running all the way to the back ends of Sescheron might take a little too long. Now you can get a lot of good things on Barb at level 1. If there's anything else you want to go back and pick up, just make a level 1 alt, log onto your alt, roll them, and then go back onto your main, and you can always put them in the cube like we talked about. You're always going to roll bracers every season. Barb has one of the easiest starts. You basically have up to a 500% multiplier for Seismic Slam and Hammer of the Ancients. You get them both like really early on in the game. So you can see right here, you get Hammer of the Ancients at level 7, and you get the Rolling Thunder rune, which I would use the entire way, even to like T7. It has a nice AoE effect. It does 500 damage to all enemies within 20. It's like a nice conal damage effect. So you get a multiplier with an AoE spell, GG, right? Smash is better for endgame speeds once you get everything working properly. You can use Smash if you like it. It does way more damage, but I love the AoE effect. Seismic Slam is no different. You get it at level 12, and you get the Stagger rune, which reduces the Fury cost. And Seismic Slam has a built-in AoE. So these are my two favorite ones, and you get them right away. So pretty awesome, man. I mean, if you get something like Strong Arms, you can synergize it with Shattered Ground or something. I mean, there might be other combos that you can do, but generally, roll bracers, you get these spells early, and you get good runes for them early. Barb just kicks butt really early on. Now, if you roll really slowly and you don't mess up, you just do one, and then when you get an Ancient Stop, you can roll for Loot Socks. It's going to give you some nice movement speed. Or Leoric's Crown for, you put a red gem to get that XP boost. If you get Seismic Slam bracers, maybe you go for the belt to increase your damage. I would go straight for Band of Might though. That's what I would do, because after you cast any of these abilities, you get an 80% damage reduction. And you can put it in the cube and you'd have this forever. The whole season, you probably could use this, right? So Band of Might is really, really strong. Now rings do cost 50, it's double the amount, but I would always go back and make a level 1 Barb and roll for Band of Might. Incredibly powerful stuff. For leveling, I guess we kind of talked about that because of the bracers, but I love Furious Charge while I'm leveling, or Leap, or both even. Pound of Flesh is going to give you movement speed. You get that right away. Pound of Flesh and Ruthless are like some of the two best passives for leveling, and you get them really early on. I guess, like I said, Barb has a really good time, right? You're going to be spending all your resource on Hammer of the Ancients or Seismic Slam. So I would use the movement abilities to get resource back, or like when you use Warcry, you get Fury. When you're charging and you hit enemies, you're getting Fury. Things like that. You want to just keep your Fury topped off. Don't forget, from your like 61 to 70 range, keep an eye out for good jewelry. This Sacrifice Amulet has double crit, main stat, and vitality. And I could technically roll and get a socket. Also has Thorns damage, so it has pretty good deeps. A lot of the time, I see people using jewelry at level 70 just because it's level 70 or because it rolled legendary. But the yellow jewelry, a lot of the time, outperforms the legendaries. So it's all about getting that double crit early, elemental damage. In some cases, it's all cooldown, right? So just make sure that you're looking at the items, because it could actually be better for a long time. Like I use yellow amulets for a while every season. And when you hit 70, craft gear. Crafted gear is really cheap to reroll. It doesn't take much at all. And 55,000 and 3 materials, and that's it, right? You try to reroll some legendary items, it's a lot more expensive. All right, if you don't know about the Immortal King set, the 2-piece lets you call the Ancients until they die. You get some really good runes with that. You can go for Ancient's Fury is what I like because you get basically perma Fury. They're hitting, giving you resource. It's amazing. When you get the shoulders, you can use the Together as one rune. That's really amazing. It's basically like having a unity on your character. The 4-piece reduce the cooldown of Wrath of the Berserker, which is our biggest DPS cooldown and makes you immune to crowd control, and Call the Ancients by 3 seconds for every 10 Fury you spend. So if we're just using Hoda or Seismic Slam like we talked about, if we're just spending Fury constantly, we're lowering the cooldown of Wrath of Berserker. Increases crit, attack speed, dodge, and movement. And gives us 50%. Remember, Wrath of the Berserker is legendary, right? So all you need to do is spend Fury. Since we're spending Fury, we're going to make sure Hoda does give you crit, so I like Hoda as well. Since you are spending lots of Fury, use a Mighty Belt. You gain life per Fury. A yellow one gives you up to 784. A legendary one gives you 936. So every time you're spending Fury to reduce the cooldown of Wrath to do damage, you're healing yourself for like 1,000 life. It's really, really good, man. Even like 784 for a yellow Mighty Belt. So don't use a regular belt. You're a barb, man. Use a Mighty Belt. In the dual wielding, I was running out of resource like really crazy. So at least at a low gear level, when you're first getting going, I'll stick with the two-handed Mighty over the one-handed Mighty weapons. So yeah, there is no DPS combos technically. You just keep up your buffs. Battle Rage Bloodshed, best rune in the game. Wink, wink. Veteran's Cry. Keep out your Ancients, keep up Wrath, spam Wrath whenever it's available. Charge into Kadala here, right? And just start DPSing away. That's pretty much all you do, man. You just DPS to your little heart's content. Your positioning, watch your positioning, make sure you're not standing in stuff. Know that if you're in trouble, sometimes it might be better to DPS because we are healing with life per Fury. And then I run with Pound of Flesh. That's also giving us life regeneration. So just know, like, if you're DPSing, it might actually keep you alive more than you think. If you're running bounties or your group's running bounties, make sure to accept that Malthael kill invite because you can make Reaper's Wraps like we talked about in other videos. Reaper's Wraps is going to give you some really nice regen, especially if you're in a group, right? If you're in a 4-man group and somebody else picks up a globe, you get that resource. So it's really awesome. You're going to have unlimited Hodas, man. You're going to be slamming and jamming and all that stuff. And of course, the first GR level 1 you do every single season, you get a Bane of the Powerful. It's just a flat damage increase. It's really recommended to do the GR level 1 or level 10. Level 10 is equivalent to Torment 1. So just do that and then jump into your level 20 clear. You're going to have just free damage basically. But Barb has it really easy. It's incredibly powerful. It's my vote for the strongest start of the season. It's just all around. You get your Band of Might at level 1 on alt. You get your bracers, and it's just really badass, man. The set is going from like 1,500 to maybe 4,500 next season, so it's getting a significant buff for 264. Either way, it's getting over 2 times buff. That's gonna be all for me today, guys. Make sure to follow me up above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I stream there 6 days a week. I cover content on YouTube. I'm a Diablo through and through, man. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.